Hi, this is Matt from Unbearable 73. Welcome to this episode. This episode is basically a continuation of my discussion of the Quantum Leap reboot. I saw an interesting article today, and I already saw another warning sign. So let's get right into it. You see the article to our right, I guess, or you're looking at it might be. Yes, to your right. Okay, so Quantum Leap, Raymond Lee tapped to lead, plot twist revealed. Plot twist. A little less than a month after that, Helen Shaver, there's our credits there, and I'm not impressed by two of those. The Station 11 of Lovecraft Country, but Orphan Black, I've heard you haven't watched it, have been tapped to executive producer and direct the pilot. NBC found its lead for its hour-long Quantum Leap pilot in Raymond Lee. No problem with there. I mean, if he's a decent actor, that's perfectly fine. Set in the present time, so 30 years after the original star, Scott Bakula's Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So the premise here is a plot twist reveal, right? And here's the thing I was saying. First, in my first video, I mentioned the core of this is a buddy show. Sam and Al are buddies. If you want to know what I mean, what Supernatural or Dukes of Hazzard, Chips, you all know buddy stuff, buddy films, buddy comedy, Peel, Key and Peele, great buddy comedy team, older people, Abbott and Costello. The two-man show had that great on-screen relationship that defines it. That was the core of the original Quantum Leap, with science fiction on top of that, and some humor and so forth. So, that aside, that was my concern, that they were clearly not getting that part of it, right? Right? So here's further evidence that they're just not getting what Quantum Leap was about. So here. But Ben Xiang gets stuck in the late 1980s. But there's a twist. He's also suffering from amnesia. Here's a clue, you morons. Watch the original show. Sam suffered from amnesia. But you know that if you watch the original show. So this is sign number 2 that this show is going to be a disaster. Not for any woke reasons at all. There's no reason you can't have a Asian a main character in this. There's no reason you can't. It's perfectly fine. You can throw the wokeism out with this one. The writing is going to be horrible. I was worried. Now I know. Apparently, if they think this is a plot twist, they have no idea about the original Quantum Leap. Because, again, to reiterate, Sam had amnesia when we first met him, and it was called his Swiss cheese memory, and he got it back bit by bit, and he remembered things in context. For example, I think it was like the 3rd episode, he was attacked by someone and remembered that he happened to be very good at martial arts. Now, Sam basically is a Gary Stu, what you call a Gary Stu character, but by design. Meaning, if they wanted Sam to have a set of skills, they can say, well, Sam didn't remember he happened to be an airfighter pilot. Not that he was, but early on they did that because they didn't understand. They wanted to limit the character by predefining everything about him. So they used his amnesia as a Deus Ex Machina, right? Or that type of thing, So it was a strong plot point. But apparently they didn't watch the show. And this is what we're going to get. And then the rest of this is about just the production stuff. We know, like Bakula is in talks, but has not signed to either behind the scenes or appear on the screen. If they were smart, they would make Scott Bakula take Dean Stockwell's role in this and have it be an interim basis type of thing, so he can work it in with his other show. I think he's on one of the NCIS shows. If they were smart. That all being said, this is sign number 2. We're going to have a disaster. First, they understand it's a buddy show, and now they apparently never even watched an original episode to know their plot twist is, in fact, the original plot. Man, this sounds, instead of unbearable, it should be like I should call this maybe utterly unbearable, or baricidal. I mean, this is ridiculous. Anyway, this is Matt from Unbearable 73. I'm off to, stick my head in the microwave or something to maybe boil the the nonsense of what these showrunners are going to do out of my brain, and hopefully not do too much so I have the rest of my brain left. Because anyway, this is Matt from Barrel. I'm out of here. Give me a like if you like, dislike if you don't, and subscribe if you're interested. And I will keep an eye on this show because Quantum Leap is one of my all-time favorite shows. And I have a feeling this is going to be a disaster. That's the news, and I am out of here.